Dallas Concord Food Co-op. Morning, Greg.
Good morning. Yeah, no, that was a good choice. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you. Made sense to me. So how are you? You surviving? Doing okay?
Surviving, yeah, definitely surviving. We're exceptionally busy here at the co-op. Everyone needs food, and the curbside pickup is just going gangbusters. I'll just start by saying we've opened that up to anyone that wants the service that doesn't want to go into a grocery store, so they can fill out their order and just when they arrive at the co-op, we have designated spots. They just call the co-op and they come out with their order. So that's working exceptionally well, and
that's great.
Very, very busy.
Is everything in general moving, or specifically certain things?
It's pretty general. I think it's finally flattened out. Initially, people were buying baking goods and cleaning that out. We don't have flour yet. I don't think that's been able to restock that yet. But kind of across the board, people are at this point they're not trying to have big surpluses of the pasta and pasta sauce.
Right.
I think the orders are sort of back to, and I think people are trying to very much limit the amount of times they're having to go to the store or place their order. So orders are substantially larger. I think people are just trying to shop once a week. The co-op has had a clientele that frequently visits the co-op 2 or 3 times a week, and I think that they're trying to do their shopping more like once a week. So order sizes are considerably bigger than normal. But
does that change how you have to order at the co-op?
Fortunately, we have access to delivery almost every other day. So they're just continuously ordering. I mean, massive shipments of food are just coming in seemingly on a daily, every other day basis. And again, they're doing a great job of keeping the shelves stocked. So, very, very busy in here. They've got probably during the day 5 or 6 individuals, co-op employees that are picking the orders that are coming in. So they're running around and getting everybody's orders, and there's just tables and tables of orders that are awaiting pickup. So it's going very well. If individuals just don't want to be going into a grocery store now, I encourage them to. Our website is down for the moment, but as soon as it's back up, right on the home page is the link to be able to get to the form. Now, what is a little bit different is we don't have all of the products listed. We once had that service, and unfortunately nobody used it, so we discontinued it, and it's a lot of work and money to get that back online, but we're looking at that. But you just simply have to say, I want a gallon of whole milk or 2% milk. I want, butter, unsalted butter. So it's pretty easy to just write down what you're looking for, and anything that they have questions on, that customer service has questions on, they'll give you a call and tell you what they've selected as a substitute if you want the substitute.
Got it. Hang on, Kristen. We are getting to you. Trust me.
No problem.
We will get there. Now just have coffee. Relax. It'll be fine.
I am. Perfect.
Greg, the governor has formed the group that is looking at trying to get New Hampshire back on a paying basis. Could be a 4-step approach, blah, blah, blah. When it finally gets here, May, June, July, August, whatever, are you going to is the curb service going to go away? Do you go back to business as usual? Do you still incorporate some elements of what you're doing now that we've trained people? I mean, as a business, where do you go with this?
They're actually on the order form is a question, will you continue to use this service after this is passed? And we're trying to get a sense of if it will be utilized after. We believe it will continue for quite some time. Again, they're canceling significant events, well into this year. So I think the perception is this is with us for a while. There could be a resurgence in the fall or the winter. So we do not, if the need is there, then the co-op is there with the service.
That's cool. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pat was talking this morning that 4 of the state fairs have been canceled.
And so I think that's, to your question is, will the service continue as long as there is a need? And I think the general perception is the community is going to be very guarded against being out in the public and being exposed, I think, for quite some time.
Yeah. All right. 8:37 is the time, and Greg has chosen an interesting topic today. And say we let Kristen have coffee so she could just kind of hang out, get the feel of it. No stress here. Kristen Hannigan Markwith, board-certified licensed acupuncturist, owns Trend Acupuncture, 1 Pillsbury Street, Suite 204 in Concord. You can find the office on Facebook, Instagram, and at the website trendacupuncture.com. Good morning, Kristen.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh, living the dream. Now you're going to tell me acupuncture can cure coronavirus.
Oh, right. I'd be popular, wouldn't I? Unfortunately, no.
All right. I was trying to, get people to pound down your doors for you, but
I appreciate it.
So I do know some people that have done acupuncture, and they love it. I'm like, okay, how does it work? We get past the voodoo dolls with the pins and needles in it. Obviously, they're hitting pressure points and stuff, but how does it work?
How does it work? So the main goal with acupuncture is it decreases inflammation in the body. Most of us carry a lot of inflammation, which equals swelling in the body, and it causes a lot of problems. Circulation, pain, just not good things. So what acupuncture does is decrease inflammation. By doing that, it increases circulation and blood flow, which then promotes healing. Sounds simple.
No, it is.
It does a lot of good.
But is that I do it, I go in, I do it, I feel better, but then the pain comes back, so I got to come back, or is it a one or two episodes with you takes care of it and goes away?
Right. It depends. It's patient by patient basis, but the goal is to get people in, get you feeling good right away, and then you go tell someone else. So for most people, if something's chronic in nature, which means you've been dealing with it for 3 months or more, between 4 to 6 treatments, you should see a major change that should last. And then people will come back for maintenance about once a month or so, depending on what's going on in the body.
And this is something that didn't just come up, sometime in the last 10 years. This is centuries old, isn't it?
Yes, thousands and thousands of years. It's new to us, but not really.
But it's not. It's not new. So this is something that is based on really just again ancient medicine that for a reason works.
Correct.
But what does the needle actually do? I mean, I understand what you're trying to get at, the end result, alleviating inflammation, but how does it do that?
There's various points on the body. There are acupuncture points, and you needle specific points on channels depending on what's going on with pain. The way I try to explain it, say if you came in with neck pain, the beauty in how I practice is we're not going to needle your neck. If I needle your neck, one, you can't show me range of motion because you can't really move your neck around with needles in, right? So I pick points distally, which means away from pain, and there's some really awesome points actually on the legs that will help treat neck pain. By needling those points, then I have you move your neck, range of motion, and most times the pain goes away right away if it's a muscular issue. I mean, I've had people come in hunched over, can't walk, and then they leave my office standing up straight walking. It's pretty remarkable.
Wow.
But a little bit deeper, what is it doing? You're needling a point, but how is that alleviating? How is that action connected to a result?
So oftentimes we're needling a point because, again, we're going to go back to talking about inflammation, neck pain. A lot of issues are due to too much heat in the body that can't escape, right? It's trapped. So by cutting off the blood supply and blood flow, it just continues to kind of grow in the body, that inflammation, which then causes pain. So the needles are actually tapping into that, decreasing that internal heat, releasing it, because there's no magic pill really to get rid of heat and inflammation, right? If there was, we'd all be feeling great. So the acupuncture actually decreases that heat and inflammation just by needling a couple of points.
Now, insurance companies aren't they starting to pick up coverage on this?
Yep, some are starting to pick up coverage, which is really a wonderful thing to see. It's becoming, more and more. I think people just want an alternative, trying to get better.
Well, and I mean, from a cred standpoint, the fact that insurance companies are saying, all right, we'll cover it, it throws some credibility your way, like, oh, okay, so it's not, voodoo science here. It's legit, and the insurance companies will help. So, I mean, that's got to be huge for you.
It is huge, and it's wonderful. And a large base of my patient base are actually oncology patients, which is great that we can help people with really everything that's going on in the body. So it's pretty nice to see that insurance companies are seeing that.
Sports medicine, does this have a place in sports medicine too?
Absolutely. I love treating athletes, and there's people walking around with so many injuries, and I treat a lot of high schoolers with concussions, and they do so well. Really? Concussions? Yes.
Wow. Now, again, explain. Walk me through it. How do you deal? Sure. What are you doing?
So there's a large part of concussions can be some whiplash, some issues with vision, and what acupuncture actually does is help release and relax all the muscles and tendons in the body, because when a concussion happens, that's a lot of tension in the body, and our body holds on to tension, and we just tighten up. So this actually releases and relaxes those muscles and tendons, especially in the neck. We can hone into certain areas in the body. It can also help with the vision changes, any nausea, vomiting associated with concussions, and headaches too. It's a big one for headaches.
Wow. See, I had no idea that with whiplash concussion protocol, acupuncture was involved. So I didn't know.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on, because so many people, we don't know why get acupuncture, right? And you can do it for basically just about anything in the body going on. Really?
Now, if you've got, knee or ankle issues, again, same thing? Takes away the inflammation?
Same thing.
Okay.
The inflammation increases circulation and blood flow. This is amazing medicine for post-operative care. If you had a shoulder surgery, come in as soon as you can. I'm not needling anywhere near the shoulder. You actually use the knee joint, and that helps with the inflammation, the range of motion, and pain management. I am honest with people. We can't fix bone-on-bone pain. I'm going to be, completely upfront with people about that, but it does help with pain management.
Okay, so you're a junior in high school. You go to the guidance counselor. You take the aptitude test that says, this is what you're going to be when you grow up. And you took the test, and it said, acupuncturist? I mean, how did you get involved with this?
My test did not say acupuncture.
Hey, mine was Undertaker. I got Undertaker, and I'm here. Go figure.
Well, that's interesting. I studied abroad in Ireland in college, and I had some major issues there with my GI system. I don't know, maybe it was too much Guinness, but we won't go there. And I had a lot of weight gain, and this was actually the only thing that helped me. So I did acupuncture in Ireland, and it was the only thing that helped kind of reset my GI tract and helped me lose a significant amount of weight.
Wow. Okay, let me think. Hannigan studying in Ireland. Huh. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. Right? Okay. Wow.
Right. How much studying actually happened.
Wow.
And Kristen, is your practice open now? And I know you had group discount kind of things where you could get, acupuncture in a group. And is that part of your practice still functioning?
Right. So unfortunately right now we are closed because acupuncturists are deemed non-essential for whatever reason. So I've been closed since March, unfortunately. And when we do reopen, the group acupuncture is going to be a lot different. It will just be one person an hour versus having 8 in a room, just to make sure we're keeping our patients and ourselves safe.
Makes sense. So how do I'm listening to this going, wow, this is really intriguing. And weight loss, pain. Yep. I can't get past the fact that, damn, those needles are going to hurt. How do you get people to relax to say, yeah, no?
I wish we had another word for it, but a needle is a needle. But this needle that I use is so thin. It's as thin as a strand of hair. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people confuse an acupuncture needle with the needle that you might see, say, at a primary care office for a vaccine or a blood draw. These are very, very thin, and you can actually bend them. It's painless. It absolutely is. We can sometimes start off with, we have press tacks that we use, things for people who have a really big fear of needles. We can work up to the needles, but I treat little kids, and they fit just fine with needles.
It always, I've seen images, people laying there, and you're having not you per se, but the acupuncturist, having a conversation with them with, 10, 15 needles, and you're just kind of hanging out, having a conversation and going, okay, this looks weird. How long do you leave the needles in? How long do they have to do their job, or does it vary in various parts of the body and what the issue is?
Yeah, always about 25 to 30 minutes, and it doesn't matter what's going on in the body. That's really the minimum amount of time, and what's great about that is you don't have to spend a couple hours. People can pop in on their lunch break, on their way home from work. So about 30 minutes on average. Most people fall asleep.
Really?
I would.
Yeah.
Well, I probably would too. Yeah, no.
Try it.
Once you get
when I reopen, you got to try it.
Okay, I will tell you right now. I will promise you right now. When you reopen, Kristen, you call me. I will make an appointment. I will come down and I will have it done.
Perfect.
All right. So that way I can at least talk about it. I'm sorry, Greg.
What are you having worked on your foot?
Probably, yeah. Ankle. Yep. Because my ankle. I've torn my tendons and stretched them so much. It's like an elastic band. And when I'm out in New Mexico or I'm up in the woods hunting, my ankle swells up by the end of the day. I've got a special brace, but hey, if there's some relief, yay, let's do it.
Right, come on in.
Okay, no, all right, then we definitely will talk. But Pat, I think
email as well. I have lower back pain for a while now, so send me the email as well.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Look at that,
have an
man.
acupuncture party. I love it.
No, I think it's fabulous, and I think to Pat's point, I think once you get in there and you're sitting there with Kristen, and okay, first needle goes in, it's like, oh, okay, and then okay, we're going to do this, and this is why, blah blah, and like you, I'll probably end up taking a nap. Once you get past
and then I have to wake you up.
Yeah, well, once you get past the I'm creeped out, because then you realize, oh, she was right. I can't feel this. But boom. And then, yes, I know people that have gone in to acupuncturists and they've walked out going, damn, this is wow. And they're like, okay. Right. So.
And the reality is your body, because it is your body and it tends to want to fix itself, you can have inflammation that you don't even know about because your body's sort of already countered it a little bit, but it's not quite right, and this can help to make it right.
Absolutely. Look at you. Have you studied this?
Not at all. I just, but I
trust me, he's winging it.
Okay. All right. So Peter's inflammation is in his head. Okay. But I understand. I understand the philosophy of it.
Right. You got it.
All right.
Here we go.
I'll tell you what.
I'll come in too.
Oh God.
But I'll already
not
understand.
with me. No. I got the first appointment. Greg's second.
Okay.
You're after us.
All right. That's just
all
fine.
Right. I don't need you heckling. We have to take a quick break. We'll be back with Greg and Kristen right after this. Concord Food Co-op in the house, and Kristen Hannigan Markwith with us this morning, nationally board-certified acupuncturist and licensed in New Hampshire. And actually, I got an email from a listener who said, I've gone to her. The needles are painless. She's really a nice woman.
Wow.
Oh, that's sweet.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Because you didn't cause pain, you're nice.
Well, hey, that's what I say.
Again, I think that the real point is you've got to get over that first thing of what you're sticking needles in me, and realize it's really okay.
Exactly.
It's
all
really
right,
okay.
So here's the payoff question. Can pins and needles make pins and needles go away?
I like what you just did there. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. Is that deep? Okay.
That was good. I'm going to use that now.
Another question.
Feel free.
Okay.
What about migraines? Migraines come up, and but what about people that are prone to migraines? So they can't rush necessarily in to see you when they have a migraine, but is it something that can be through the process make them go away?
Absolutely. A lot of migraine sufferers are dealing with a lot of tension in the upper back and neck. So by releasing the muscles in the upper back and neck, it helps a lot with migraines. And I don't know if you've heard anything about cupping or seen anything like Michael Phelps with the cup marks on him.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I do cupping all the time at the office, and it's amazing. In addition to the acupuncture, all my migraine sufferers swear by the cupping.
That's great. And again, you could call migraines, even though they don't happen every day, you could still call them a chronic pain.
Absolutely. It's like it really affects people's daily life.
Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, fully it does, because sometimes it can be debilitating. Migraines can be debilitating.
Absolutely.
See, I don't have. I'm fortunate. I don't have the migraines, but I know people that do. Wow. And they just go from charming to pain real quickly.
Mm-hmm. It goes fast.
Yeah, it is. But again, so can acupuncture be almost preventative? No, I guess you're dealing with something that's in there that is causing the migraines. So you're really taking care of what's wrong inside.
Right. The goal is to get to the root of the problem. If we fix and can treat the root, the symptoms should go away. Oftentimes, if we can fix, why is this patient having migraines? Is it from a neck injury or trauma 20 years ago? Is it a tight upper back or neck? So if we can fix that, usually the symptoms, so the migraine symptoms should go away.
So
we also look at diet and what food is medicine too. What are we eating every day? That can play a role.
Ooh. Do you have that discussion with your patients as well?
I do. I always say I'm not the food police, but I like to point out why we may be feeling poorly, what we're eating.
Wow. Okay. Well, we go back to where we started. Acupuncture can't cure coronavirus, but go anyway.
No, it's just part of the whole picture. That's all.
But look at that. You picked up 2 clients this morning, and you heard from one listener that said she's great.
So that's great.
And you got to have your coffee. Greg's going to come. I'll for his back. I'm going to go for my ankle.
And I'll be in the waiting room.
Oh, great.
Perfect.
Good. Have coffee, will you?
In there.
One more time, Kristen, how people can get in contact with you.
Yeah. I love it. This is great. Thank you, Greg. Thank you for introducing Kristen to us. Kristen Hannigan Markwith, board-certified acupuncturist, owns Trend Acupuncture. And again, because, go figure, it's not essential or deemed essential right now. Not taking clients. But keep checking Facebook, Instagram, and the website, trendacupuncture.com, because when it does become essential again, ding, ding, ding. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Hey, it was a blast.
Thank you so much.
Look forward to catching up with you.
Great. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you very
much. Greg,
Bye.
as always, thanks for everything you guys are doing at the Co-op to make life a little more seamless for people. And thank you for bringing some more great people to the show.
If you're in the mood for real food, it's Concord Food Co-op.